Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of October, 2017, and this is episode 263, in which you're about to turn 18.
Sure.
We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys, to all our returning viewers. And a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, we had a couple people introduce themselves in the Ravelry group this week. Why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. Holly, who is Holly Dab from Massachusetts, and Lisa, who is Serendine Lion C from California.
Welcome. We're glad to have you. Thanks for introducing yourselves. Dammy, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because you'll get a shout out on the next episode and you'll be able to participate in all our ALs and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have quite a bit to talk about today. We have a review and yeah, so we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
What's on your needles, Dammy?
I am still working on this sample for the Articled Pink book. It's on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeters, and the yarn is from Neighborhood Fiber Co. And I feel like I've gotten a bit of progress done on it, but
yeah,
like something like this is always easy. But I can't show you
because it's a secret.
So that's all I'm working on.
Okay.
Yeah, so what are you working on?
I have one project on the needles.
What?
I know, crazy, right? So I am working on my autumn leaf socks for me.
Leaves.
What did I say?
Leaves.
They're
It's
autumn
not-
leaves.
They're leaves.
This
They're
is
leaves with a V, not an F. They're not leaves.
Yeah. This is from my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern. On US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is All About Yarn Cuddly Owl Sock. It's the Autumn Leaf Sock Blank. So I finished the first sock this week. I love how the colors kind of spiraled up. And then I have the second one on the needles. So I've just done the toe and just maybe like 5 or 6 rows on the foot. And I'm really glad that So I made a pair of shorty socks out of this for a friend.
Yes.
And then what I did was...
It's a very green toe.
It is a very green toe. What I did was I counted the number of rows that were left in the sock blank and then cut it in half, which I'm glad I did because I would have probably made this a bit longer if I hadn't realized how little bit of yarn I had left. So it was a good thing that I did that. And, yeah, so these are just easy peasy, and I'm enjoying working on them. And I don't have anything else to talk about in this segment because I have 3 FOs to talk about in the next one. So let's move on.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
That's right. Like I said, I have 3. So first up is this beautiful shawl.
Thanks.
This is the Miss Winkle pattern by Martina Bem, and this is a gift for a friend. And I did it on US 2.5, 3 mil needles, and the yarn is Neighborhood Fiber Co. Rustic Fingering in the Shaw colorway. And to block these loops, we stuck the
Swiffer rod.
Yeah, the rod from a Swiffer in through it.
Because we didn't have a dowel.
Yeah, and I didn't want to go buy a dowel for one shawl. So we stuck that through there, and it gave it a nice detail. And yeah, so I really hope that my friend Jean likes this, and yeah, it was nice to work with, and I love how it turned out. And blocking it just made it bloom, and so that was really awesome. So we need to remember to take some photos of this before I send it off to Jean, because I don't have any FO pictures of it.
Okay.
So help me remember, Dammy. And then the next thing I finished was this week's preemie hat. Number 41 for the year. I didn't intend for it to be Christmas themed, but it is. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. I did it on US 6's 4 mil needles, and I used the rest of the yarn of the Neighborhood Fiber Co. Rustic Fingering in the Shaw colorway and held it doubled with Malabrigo yarn sock in the lettuce colorway.
Lettuce.
Yep.
Lettuce.
So it's just it's a cute Christmassy one. So, yeah. And then the third thing I finished, I can't show you. So I finished my first pair of socks from our new book, from the Tickled Pink book, on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and I used Abstract Fiber Super Sock Plus was the yarn. And so
finished a sample in less than a week.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Stuck in the middle with you?
Mm.
Yeah, but I am a faster knitter than you are. So I've been doing a lot of, as you'll see in what we're watching, I watched a lot of TV this week and knit, trying to get going with this. I won't put another book pattern on the needles next because I have one other collaboration that's happening that I need to knit up the pattern for. So I caked up that yarn last night after I finished the Tickled Pink socks, and so I'll get started on that today.
Okay, I'm trying to see how high I can do this without it showing.
Oh, yeah.
Because a little tiny bit of it showed on accident.
That's okay. It'll be all right. So, yeah, that's everything I finished this week. So I think we're ready to move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Tammy?
Yummies are our current favorite thing, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. Do you want to start?
Yes, because you said I had to.
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so the Hadestown original cast recording came out on Friday the 6th, and I've been listening to it a lot, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, I listened to a little bit of it yesterday in the car and enjoyed it.
It's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon.
So
it's anywhere you want to listen to music, so go and listen to it.
Yeah, I put the link to Amazon on it, but
It sounds really good.
yeah. I really like Patrick Page.
I know you do.
And his wife, Paige.
Uh-huh.
We've had this conversation before.
Yes.
Paige from Trading Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Does she go by Paige or does she go by her maiden name?
I have no idea. I don't think she goes by Paige.
She
I don't know what her maiden name is.
I can't remember. She could be Page squared. Is it spelled the same? Is it?
It's not spelled the same. It's P-A-I.
And how's the last name spelled?
Like a book.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost called you. I didn't mean to. Oh, wait, I can look on IMDb because...
Oh, good grief.
I'm just going to look it up and see what her maiden name is because I can't remember. I should because I watched, like, every episode of Trading Spaces that there was.
Even the special with him and her.
There we go. Yes. Paige Davis.
I think that's what she goes by.
Yes. Yeah. They've been married since 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. She has not been... Oh, she's done some, like, guesting things as herself, but she's not in any, like, TV shows or anything. Is she on the stage right now?
I don't think so.
Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Paige Davis Page. She could have hyphenated it.
Yes, so the Hadestown cast recording is very well done, and I enjoy it, and I think you should listen to it too.
Okay.
And, like, buy it and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
The link's in the show notes.
Yes, if you'd liked Great Comet, Amber Gray and Lulu Fall from Great Comet are in the cast recording.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we mentioned this last week, but we didn't have our act together to show y'all. But we got birthday gifts from my bestie Katie and her family.
We didn't have our act together to show you.
Yeah, because the things were not handy to talk about.
Okay.
But we have our act together now a little bit. Why? Why is that weird?
I don't know. I thought you said we were going to show them this week, not last week.
Yes.
On purpose.
No, because you mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I don't have it ready to show.
Okay.
So now we made sure we have our act together, and we're going to show it.
Okay.
Okay, so you go first.
I was just talking.
Go for it.
Okay, did you say who they're from?
Yes, from my bestie Katie and her family.
So I got a set of cat mugs and teaspoons. So there are the spoons.
They're so cute.
And here's one of the mugs. It's shaped like a cat.
And the other one is just flip-flop the color.
Yeah, it's black.
With white.
Yep.
Very pretty. And I'm just actually going to show you the box because the actual thing is in the bedroom with water in it. So I got a Art Naturals Aroma Oil Diffuser. And you put essential oils in this, and it uses ultrasonic humidifier. It's an ultrasonic humidifier. And so I have been using it every day, and I love it. And you should get one. It does 7 different colors. Like, you can rotate the colors, and it's really cool. So, yeah. Okay, and then I got an order in the post from Leslie Wind. She's on Etsy as Leslie Wind, and there's a link in the show notes. And I had found out about her from Jasmine and Gigi of the Knitmore Girls. Oh, that's cute.
Who uses Internet Explorer?
Not me.
Or Hotmail?
I don't know. I used to have a Hotmail. I had found out about her from Jasmine and Gigi of the Knitmore Girls, and she makes these cable rings. So you can wear it as jewelry, but then you can use it to do cables. You just like slip the stitches off onto the ring, and you do it. So I'd been wanting to get one of these, and so I ordered one, and it came yesterday. So I'm excited to like properly use it. And there was a little snafu with the shipping, and so she sent me a couple of goodies to make up for it. So she sent me this. It can either be like a collar decoration, like on a button-down shirt, or a bookmark. I'm probably going to use it as a bookmark in my bujo. And then she also sent this, which I was a little confused at first, but I think I get it now. So it's a shawl pin, or it can be just like a decoration. And you can use it to like, so it's that on the bottom, and you like hook one end into one side of the shawl and the other end into the other, and it like holds it together. Or you could use it like on a cardigan to hold it together like there. So that's really pretty. So yeah, so I'm really excited to use the cable ring. I thought I would get it to fit my thumb, but it's just a smidge too big, which is fine. So I'll just use it on my...
Just don't poke yourself with it.
On my pointer finger. Actually, I'll probably wear it on this, because when I knit Continental, the yarn is wrapped around my pointer finger. So it'll be easier to use it from this finger. So, yeah, so you should check that out. It takes a little bit of time because they're custom made, and yeah, but I'm excited to use it. We'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who has purchased something in our birthday sale. So, as you know, last Wednesday when we recorded was my 40th birthday, and this coming
Happy birthday!
Thank you. This coming Friday is Dammy's 18th birthday.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're having a sale on our patterns. So this is valid through the end of Friday.
Yes.
And you can use either coupon code or both coupon codes, and you can use them multiple times. So you can get any single pattern or ebook for 18% off with the code DAMMY18, or you can get 3 or more single patterns purchased together for 40% off with the coupon code CC40. And if you have any questions or problems, just send me Java Pearl a PM on Ravelry, and I'll be glad to help you. But if you've been wanting to get your hands on some of our stuff, this is like the biggest sale that we do. So you should definitely check that out. And next week, we'll be releasing the Geeky Girls Knit 5th Podiversary pattern, sock pattern, because there's one person who hasn't received their kit yet. They're out of the country. And so it takes just a little bit longer. So we had thought we might be able to do it this week, but we're going to wait and do it next week, so that hopefully her kit will be to her by then. So keep your eyes open for that. And yeah. All right, do we have any other yummies other than our normal stuff?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. All right, well then let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month, so you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. So October has been like birthdays and celebration and autumn and all those kinds of things, Halloween, etc. Halloween. So yeah. So Dammy, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. And those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. Just take a look at the prompt for the day. Today, Wednesday the 11th, I believe it's recent purchase.
Yes.
So you interpret that prompt however you want to. And then post it on Instagram and make sure in your caption you use hashtag GGK Crafty Pad because that's how we find your photos and yours might get chosen.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a couple of upcoming events that we're going to be attending. First up is Vogue Knitting Live. We'll be there on Saturday, the 4th of November. Yep. And then the other one is?
Knit Fit Seattle will be there on Saturday, the 11th of November.
That's right. So there's links to those in the show notes. If you're going to be coming up this way, let us know. We'd love to meet up with as many of y'all as we can. Speaking of which, the business cards I ordered will be in later this week.
Okay.
I forgot to tell Dammy because I ordered new ones so that we would have them for events. So, all right. Well, I think that is everything for Yummy. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading?
I am rereading The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo, because the last time I read it in less than 24 hours, and I didn't really comprehend it all.
Okay.
So
how far are you into it?
Not very far, because Hugo has a very unique writing style.
Really? Tell us about it.
He's very sarcastic.
Oh, I like it.
And, yeah. The way he writes his female characters isn't my favorite, but Les Mis and Hunchback are still good books.
Okay.
But, so, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say about that?
No.
Okay. I'm still reading Uninvited by Lisa Turkhurst.
Cursed.
Yeah, I'm having struggles reading nonfiction right now, just because of life. So, but I'm trying. So, but fiction-wise, I read a lot of stuff because, like I said, I watched a lot of TV and did a lot of reading while I was working on samples.
How do you read and knit?
Just tap the screen.
No, I can't do that.
Yep.
I can't do that.
That's how I do it. So I finished reading books 3 and 4 of the Wisteria Witches series by Angela Pepper and enjoyed those. All of these are Kindle Unlimited, other than the nonfiction. And then I read Grave Paths by Lily Harper Hart, that's the 11th book in the Maddie Graves mystery series. And then I read Grim Rising by Amanda Emily, and that's the 7th book in the Aisling Grimlock series.
I thought it would be Ailing.
I don't know. And then I read Magic and Mischief by Annabelle Chase, and that's the 3rd book in the Starry Hollow Witches series.
Sounds similar to Stars.
Yeah, it does. And then I read The Spell by Bella Forrest, and that is the 6th and final book in the Secret of Spell Shadow Manor series. And then I've been reading the Sweetland Witch series by Zoe Arden, and I read books 1 through 3, and I'm on book 4 now.
You're feeling very witchy.
I am. Yes, love. Except for, well, so, Grim Rising, she and her, Aileen, however you say her name, she and her family, reap the souls of people who die. So they're not witches.
Oh. Well, okay.
It's a family business. Yeah. So that is everything I've been reading. So do you want to start on the movies?
Sure, because you watched most of the stuff this week. So we watched the Newsies movie from when in the 90s was it?
I don't even remember, 92 maybe?
Sometime in the 90s.
Yes.
It was okay.
She did not dig Christian Bale's dance breaks.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I don't know, it just, it was interesting. I enjoy the stage version better.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So there's more songs in the stage version, yes?
Yes, and a new character.
Oh, what kind of character?
They made Jack's love interest not Davy's sister, but they gave Pulitzer a daughter, and that's his love interest.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And she's the one who writes about the strike, not that guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I watched Hallmark movies. I watched Signed, Sealed, Delivered, Home Again.
I'm yours.
It was really good. It was about this family who had this vase that had been passed down through the generations, and the 3 daughters. There's a hummingbird outside our window. Hi, hummingbird. It just flew away. The 3 daughters who were like preteen age
broke it.
No, they sent the vase to an art dealer to see about buying it, and it got lost in the post. And then I won't give you this. I won't spoil it. But this whole
always spoil things.
Well, I mean, do you want me to spoil it?
I don't know.
Okay, if you don't want to be spoiled, fast forward.
I'm not gonna watch it.
So this vase was originally given to like the great grandmother or something on her wedding day in Europe, and it turns out that it was stolen art that was stolen by the Germans during the war. And it was really interesting. I actually really enjoyed it. So, and then I watched a couple of Christmas movies because hello, yeah, I can do that. So I watched North Pole and North Pole Open for Christmas. It has the girl from Good Witch in it, Bailey, whatever. Who she played the young Snow White in Once Upon a Time. So, they were a little bit corny, but, you know. And then I watched Eat, Drink, and Be Buried, a gourmet detective mystery, and that was pretty good.
What a title.
I know. Eat, Drink, and Be Buried.
Be buried alive.
No, not alive. No, it was about so they were having a birthday party for the father, and the father/stepfather. It was kind of a Brady Bunch situation where they both had kids, and then
I've never seen the Brady Bunch.
But you know the whole thing about like they each had kids and then they married, and so they're stepkids.
Oh, sure, I knew that.
Yes. You seriously didn't know that?
I think you told me about it before, but that's not information I prioritize in my brain.
It's not Hadestown, so.
It's.
And so apparently in the past there was, I don't know, there was something about, there was a duel, and then they ended up with the pistols, and they were reenacting the duel at this party.
But one of the guns was loaded!
Yes. And then they had to figure out who did it. It was the stepbrother.
Yeah, did you hear Daddy saying, he was trying to make Broadway more interesting, and so, what if someone replaced a prop gun with a real gun? No one can bring a firearm into a theater.
No. So, let's talk about TV now. I finished watching season 3 of Good Witch.
Now you have no more?
No more.
Ever.
No, I do have more. And I think I had said last week that there wouldn't be any new ones till next year, but somebody reminded me that there is a Halloween special. It's on, I think, on the 22nd.
Ooh.
So it's a 2-hour special. So I'll enjoy that. The Hubs and I have been marathoning season 3 of The Flash. I think we have like 2 episodes left.
Kiara Renee isn't in this season, so I'm not interested.
But Iris is going to die.
Oh no, for real?
I don't know.
For reals?
I don't know.
Are you watching Legends of Tomorrow? Because Kiara is in that.
No, I'm not watching Legends of Tomorrow. I watched...
Oh, it's the other DC thing.
Yeah, I know.
Victor Garber's in it.
I know he is. Because we just rewatched the musical episode of...
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Of The Flash. Oh my gosh. And I know I talked about this when we originally watched it because it was a
Dad
crossover
song.
of the dads singing the song from Guys and Dolls. Jesse Martin and Victor Garber and John Barrowman.
The dad song.
Oh, it was so beautiful. Yeah, so we're watching that. I finished watching the series of Wayward Pines. I don't think there's going to be a 3rd season.
I thought you said it got canceled.
Yeah, well, they did
Tied everything up?
Well, they did season 2 like kind of as an afterthought. It wasn't originally planned to be. It was only planned to be 1 season of 10 episodes. Because that covered all 3 of the books. I was not as much a fan of season 2 because it like totally went in a different direction and lots of the original characters were not available because it had been so long. And so they had to do things like killing off characters.
Oh no.
Because they weren't available. The actors weren't available to film. Oh, so the Hubs and I are watching season 11 of Murdoch Mysteries. Murdoch got a little bit too interested in the wine. They were like,
wine?
They were doing some kind of investigation, and yeah. And Rebecca, who has been working with Julia at the morgue, finished school, and so she's going to be a doctor. Oh. So, and then the episode we watched last night had Helen Keller in it. Oh. And it was actually really interesting because you know me, IMDb trivia, please, yes. The actress that played Helen Keller in Murdoch Mysteries is actually deaf. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool.
I like when, what are my words? When shows do that, use actual, like, deaf and or blind people to play characters that are... Yeah, I didn't look up any of the other ones, but she looked familiar to me. I was trying to figure out why, and I went and looked, and I hadn't seen her in anything else, but I don't know. So, but that was pretty good. Want to hear a fun fact?
Please.
A recent production of Hunchback of Notre Dame had an actual deaf actor playing Quasimodo.
Oh.
With another actor singing for him as the voice of Quasimodo.
Okay.
The Spring Awakening revival did that.
Cool.
On Broadway. It had deaf actors and then other actors being the voice of the characters.
That's pretty cool.
It was directed by Michael Arden, who originally played Quasimodo.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Do you want to talk about the next thing? Because I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, so we're watching season 5 of The Blacklist.
No, you missed this one.
Oh, we're watching season 15 of NCIS.
Yes.
And McGee, I'm reading what she wrote.
I wrote this.
McGee is struggling to adjust to life after Paraguay? I don't know how to say it.
I'd say Paraguay.
Gibbs is doing well and talking about his feelings like never before. And Ducky is being awarded an honorary doctorate from the University of Edinburgh?
That's where he went to school.
FedEx is outside.
Yes, I don't think they're bringing anything for us. Yeah, so I'm very confused because they had originally said that Ducky was leaving at the end of last season. Was this like officially announced by NCIS or was this like a rumor? I don't remember. Because just because David McCallum is getting older doesn't mean he's gonna leave the show. I'm wondering if they're going to have him go to University of Edinburgh and he's going to resign NCIS and teach at U of E. So, maybe. The Hubs and I are watching season 4 of NCIS New Orleans. No. Pride was kidnapped by a woman who was the key to solve a serial killer's murders. What? She kidnapped him. Why? Because she had figured out what was happening and nobody would listen to her. Oh. Okay. So. All right, your turn.
We were watching season 5 of The Blacklist, and Dinbei was very glib while praying over a meal, praying that there would be resolution to the conflict that would not require hospitalization.
It made me laugh. I don't know why, it just did. Okay, you can talk about the next one too.
We're watching season 13 of Criminal Minds. Season 13? Good grief. How long will the show go on? Like NCIS. Okay, Reed is back, but he has to take 30 days off for every 100 he works.
Yeah, after the thing of being in jail and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
My face feels funny.
What did you do to it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm watching series 8 of Dr. Martin. Mrs. Tishel's husband died. She's the one that runs she's the chemist. She always wears a neck brace, and she was in love with Dr. Martin.
Okay.
Yeah. Al is taking over running the pub so it doesn't close down.
Okay.
Okay. Hubs and I are watching season 9 of NCIS LA. Sam went undercover. This was like his first undercover since his wife died. Yeah. We're watching season 11 of The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon gets very relaxed when he's sleeping. He was sleep talking and he was like, whatever, in his sleep. And that's not how Sheldon normally is.
Okay.
It was funny. You can talk about the next one.
I'm watching a season. It's only season 3? I thought it was season 4.
I think it's season 3. I will check while you talk about it.
Watching season 3 of Supergirl. So now Erica Durance, who played Lois Lane in Smallville, is now playing Kara's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adrian Pasdar, is that who you would say?
I think that's how you say it.
Was in this. He's from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and also Heroes.
Yeah, it's season 3.
Oh. And then, who is this other woman? Another Kryptonian. Is she from the third pod?
Yeah, I don't know, because I had thought that the third pod was going to have Zod in it. Zod. But, I don't know. And then finally, I'm watching season 3 of Outlander. This is not safe for children. Do not let your children read or watch this series, okay? So I watched episode 5, Freedom and Whiskey.
18 in 2 days.
Yes, I know. I watched Freedom and Whiskey, and Roger surprised Claire and Brianna and showed up to have an American Christmas. And he brought news with him that he had found Jamie.
How?
In Edinburgh.
How?
Because, so Claire had told Jamie this poem. She would like recite the lines, and he found a publication, like a printed thing that had these lines in it, and they wouldn't be published for like another, like, I don't know, 30 or 40 years. Like the poet didn't write them yet. So it had to be somebody from the future who or knew about the future that did it. And then when he looked at the printer, it's is it Alexander Malcolm, or I think so. I think it's Alexander Malcolm, which are Jamie's middle names. So Claire gave Brianna Jamie's mother's pearls as they were saying. She was saying bye, and Claire and Brianna saying goodbye. I was like sobbing. Both times I watched it. And then I was very pleased by how they did her traveling back through the stones, because although there's time travel in this, it's not like sci-fi fantasy time travel. And so like when they first, like the very first season, I was worried about how they were going to do it because I didn't want it to be like cheesy or whatever. And so they did it in a very similar way. And so it wasn't, we didn't even see her go through the stones. And then she saw Jamie for the first time in 20 years, and he turned around and looked at her and fainted. And that's how it ended.
Okay.
So next week's episode will have them together for the first time in 20 years. So I'm so glad they're finally together. This was a really good episode. Yeah, I was very pleased with it, even though they changed some things to make it work like this. But yeah, I was overall very pleased with it. Okay, and then we listened to Christy Knockel's new album, Beheld, Lullabies for the Beloved, which is just a beautiful, beautiful album. I'm really enjoying it. And you've been listening to something I don't think you've talked about yet today.
I've been listening to the Hadestown original cast recording.
Really? What do you think?
I think it's amazing, and I think you should buy it.
Yes. Okay.
And also, the Anastasia original Broadway cast recording is now on Spotify.
Okay.
So
Listen to it.
you can listen to it on Spotify, or you can buy it.
Dammy gets okay. We are Amazon affiliates, so if you buy something on Amazon after clicking through our website, we do get affiliate money back. But you don't get anything from the producers of these shows.
Other than the pleasure of knowing others enjoy Broadway as well.
That's right. All right, well, we've been talking about this stuff for almost 20 minutes, so we probably should move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our September, October, November Artistic Autumnal Owl.
That's right. So this started on the 1st of September, and it runs through the 30th of November. 2 main rules. First, it's for any Ravelry craft. So it's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can relate to autumn. And the second rule is no whips are allowed. So start your project the 1st of September or later and finish it by the 30th of November. Feel free to polydip in other owls as long as it meets the rules. We have lots of lovely prizes on the screen right now. A big thank you to all of our sponsors. If you'd like to see closer up photos or find links to these sponsor shops, you can go to
geekygirlsknit.com,
where you'll see all that. We also talk about the prizes in detail on the first podcast of every month. You have to be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit Ravelry group to participate. Every project you finish and post in the FO thread is one entry into the giveaways. The hashtag is hashtag GGKAutumn17. We'll lock the prize thread the morning of the 1st of December and draw winners on the podcast after that. You'll have 30 days to claim your prize if you are a winner or you forfeit it. There is a chatter thread in the Ravelry group where Dammy gives shout outs, and you can also talk about your projects that you're working on. And then Dammy also gives a shout out here on the podcast. So Dammy, shout out.
Okay. Aid Bar, AZ Knitwit, BZ Mom of 2, Carrie Ann 77, Crafty Sarah, D-Door 4, DKF Mom, Frosty Spice, Frymeister, Hazy Summers, Holly Dav, Inky Minky 184, Jennifer Reels, JP Music 15, Knit Central, Knitty Moomin, Little Angel SG2, Maria Wilhelmina, Pagan Spirit, Phoenix Fire, S. Keeling, SOE Dragon, Tabby S80, This Dove Knits, This Yarn Mom, and VT Kimmy Kim.
Great job, everybody. So keep working on those projects and get them posted. You have a little over a month and a half to get them done. And you could be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
That's right.
Try to.
That's right. So this question is for you this week.
Again?
So this question comes from Ramona, who is Ramona Firehorse from Canada. And she asks, Dammy, I've been wondering, now that you have had the experience of living with and possibly helping care for pets, did that increase your desire to get a cat once you've settled in, or did it have the opposite effect?
I would love a cat. Although no one that we've stayed with since we got back has had a cat.
They've had dogs.
They've all had dogs.
Until the place that we're house sitting right now.
Which is very sad.
Yes. So.
Yes.
Guess what?
I would like a cat.
We've actually looked at some cats on the Humane Society website.
You can adopt cats. You can adopt more than one.
Yes.
You can adopt all of them.
No. That's probably...
That's just enough cats.
There's usually... I don't know. I haven't looked it up here. But a lot of places there is a law about how many pets you can have.
25 cats is just the right number of cats. Yes, it is. The perfect number.
So do you want a kitten or a cat?
Well, adopting an older... people don't usually adopt older cats. And so I want to make an older cat feel loved. But you want to walk a cat. And so an older cat probably wouldn't go walking. Because most people don't walk their cats. So if we got a kitten, we could, teach it from a young age to go walk. but
Maybe we need a kitten and an older cat.
can I name the older one Mr. Whiskers?
I don't know. Why do you want to name the cat Mr. Whiskers?
Because older cats, like, they have white whiskers and stuff. So, Mr. Whiskers.
You don't want to name it Cat Kirk?
No.
How about Java?
How about we name the baby Pearl?
We could do that. Java Pearl.
Just Pearl.
Yes, one that name.
No, name the old cat Mr. Whiskers. The old cat can be mine. You can take care of the baby. Although you'll probably like say like, this cat is aggravating me, and you'll like give it to me to like pay attention to it while you're trying to do something else. Because it's not like I have to do things too.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Okay, so did we answer the question? Ramona, I hope we answered the question. She wants a cat, or more than one. So,
I want the old cats to feel love.
yes, yes. Okay, so if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
I think we're almost out of questions.
Ask us things.
So ask us questions. It can be even ones we've answered before, if like it was before you started watching and you want us to answer it again. That's fine, we can do that. So, yeah, so ask us some questions. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we have a review. 2 reviews? 1 review?
Well, okay. So Tin Can Knits recently released a new pattern called Strange Brew, and it's a Fair Isle yoke sweater recipe. And then they also did a pattern called Dog Star that uses this recipe and creates a sweater out of it. So, and these were kindly sent to us by the lovely ladies over at Tin Can Knit. So this is Strange Brew. So this one right here, this is Dog Star, which we'll talk about in a minute. So what this is, it's a 20-page pattern. Amazing. So it includes instructions for how to knit the sweater body and sleeves. The sweater body and sleeves, an overview about yoke design, and a plug-and-play yoke guideline pattern. A hat and cowl pattern so you can make useful swatches. And then nearly 100 stitch patterns to get you started, and a wedge design strategy for more adventurous knitter. So these sweaters come in 25 sizes.
Let's break down the sizes.
So there's 7 children's sizes from 0 to 6 months up to 8 to 10 years. There's 11 women's sizes from extra small to 4XL, and 7 men's sizes from small to 4XL. Now some of those, like for example, the men's small size is the same as the women's small medium size.
But wouldn't the women's have more waist shaping?
Yes, but I'm saying like chest measurements are the same. So all of these sweaters are done in DK weight yarn using US 4s 3.5 mil and US 6s 4 mil needles. So it walks you straight through the process of what to do. You have your sleeve and your body pattern of how you need to do that. Then it walks you through how to join your yoke in. And then it walks you through the yoke design overview.
It's Fair Isle. I've never done Fair Isle.
I think I've done like maybe a hat or something with Fair Isle, but I haven't done a sweater.
It looks slightly intimidating.
And then as I mentioned, they also do a wedge method of if you want to design a pattern, either I guess for publication or for yourself, how that you break the yoke up into wedges to design from it. And then it comes with tons and tons of charts that you could use.
Good grief.
There's like 100 of them, it says.
Yeah, and then there's like an empty graph.
Yeah, so that you can like do yours. And then there is, like we said, the swatch it hat and cowl pattern so that you can make something
useful swatches.
That's right. So there is a hat that goes from baby to adult large, and then a cowl that goes from toddler to adult. So that you can practice those things. And
it's a pretty cowl.
Yeah.
Show it.
So that's several of the different options knit up in the pattern. So this is
very impressive.
It is very impressive. There is lots of different options that you can do. This would be nice if you wanted to do matchy-matchy sweat. What did the Knitmore girls used to call it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was something they called it when you were like knitting like a sweater for yourself and your child or whatever. So since there's such a wide span of sizes, you could like knit sweaters for everybody in your family, and that would be really,
if you
really
want
cool
to.
if you wanted to. So that is really pretty cool. And then what they did is they took that recipe and created the Dog Star sweater pattern. And again, DK yarn, same needles, same sizes. And this just has the yoke spelled out for you. Exactly.
Instead of you experimenting with it.
Exactly. So
I like the colors they used.
Yeah, those are really nice.
You can zoom in if you want.
I'm trying to see what yarn they used.
Rainbow?
No, Sweet Fiber Merino Twist DK in Paper Birch and Tree Line, and Charcoal is Chartreuse, Sea Glass, and Winter.
Chartreuse.
Um,
It's a fancy yellow green.
So there it is. So what do you think about this, Tammy?
It's very impressive. I would use it if I ever wanted to do a Fair Isle sweater.
So what I was thinking is, especially
make a sweater.
Well, no, that's not what I was thinking. What I was thinking is, if you've never done Fair Isle before, you could cast on and do the 0 to 6 month size, donate it to charity if you don't have someone in that size range in your life.
If you don't just have a baby laying around.
Well, you know.
'Cause that's what babies do.
But it's small enough that it only takes like 500 yards of a DK weight yarn to do the 0 to 6 month size. So that's not really that much versus like the men's 4XL
Oh, good grief.
takes like 3,100, 3,150 yards. So this would be a good way to try it. So I would swatch first and do either the hat or the cowl pattern, and then do 0 to 6 months so that you can easily get through the process. And then if you enjoyed it, then you could like knit ones for other people in your lives or for yourself or whatever. But as always, Tin Can Knits patterns are just so well thought out
And laid out.
And so descriptive, and it just gives you everything that you need to know to make beautiful, beautiful items. I've knit quite a few of their patterns and just love them all. So if you are interested in knitting a Fair Isle item of any kind, this would be a good way to start and to make it happen. So that was Strange Brew, a Fair Isle yoke recipe, and Dog Star. These patterns are both available on Ravelry for $7
Each?
US. And again, we were gifted these patterns by the lovely ladies at Tin Can Knits.
And there's a cowl going on.
There is.
I think. Right now? No.
No, it doesn't.
Next week.
It starts the 19th.
Which is Thursday? Yes.
Because Thursday. And it runs from, hold on, let me see here. Cal with us. It runs
7 weeks.
7 weeks until Monday, December the 11th. No, it's a Thursday. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're offering prizes if you post your FO. So that would be a fun thing to do. So again, thanks so much to the lovely ladies at Tin Can Knits for sending us these patterns. And I say definitely check it out. You could make zillions and zillions of different sweaters all with just this one pattern. So, and hats and cowls as well. So, alrighty. So check it out. Strange Brew and Dog Star. Let's move on to the next segment. We made it to the end of the show. We talked a lot. Yeah, it was fun. Are you excited to be turning 18 this week?
Sure.
Anything exciting about turning 18?
I can vote.
Yep, you sure
I
can.
can participate in the democratic process.
You sure can. I've been informed that we're watching musicals on her birthday. What are you going to make us watch?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we will tell you about it next week. So, we don't have any special announcements, so let's just talk about our normal stuff. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast. There's 3 ways you can do that financially. One is via Patreon, which is a website where you pledge a certain amount of money every month to your favorite creatives, and you get rewards based on the level you donate at. In fact, we just sent out rewards on Tuesday. I mailed them out. I put them into the mailbox on Monday, but it was a holiday, so they went out on Tuesday. So if you're expecting a reward to be coming, it should be on its way to you. If you would like to know more about Patreon or want to sign up, you can go to
patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
Yes.
Yes.
You're next.
What's another way they can...
What's another way they can support the podcast financially, Dammy?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
That's right. And as we mentioned earlier, we're amazon.com.co.uk and .canada affiliates.
So go buy those cast recordings.
That's right. If you click through our website first and then buy stuff on Amazon, we get a little money back from Amazon based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you would already be doing anyway. So, Dammy, where can they find out more about all these things, and where can they find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There are the links to everywhere else so you can find us online: YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Did you say Ravelry? You left Ravelry out.
YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook.
Yeah, you skipped it there.
Oops.
Well,
we're obviously there.
Where would we be without Ravelry? Because seriously, Ravelry is the bomb. So, with that, hope you have a great rest of your week. Happy knitting, and we'll be back with you again next week. Bye. We were also talking this week about accidents that happened on Broadway.
Yes, I didn't know Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark was so injury-laden.
Yes, there was a lot. And what was that one where like the person like broke both arms and ribs, and like it was like a 20-foot fall?
Yeah, in The Little Mermaid, a trapdoor malfunctioned or something, and an actor fell through. Like, injuries are supposed to be fairly rare on Broadway because safety standards are now, like, very high.
Yeah, so it typically is because, like, it's more of a repetitive stress injury or something from doing things so often, and that happens.
People got injured from Great Comet, but it wasn't because of any malfunction. It was because of, like, stress injury from the dancing, but they all had PT. They all had set PT times, so they're okay.
Yeah.
And the ones who had to leave the show because they couldn't dance are fine now.
Yeah.
And no one ever broke anything, I think. One actress rolled her ankle in the middle of a show, but she was okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know how we got on this subject, but, yeah.